Kia ora guys, today we're going to be talking about links, how to level them up, um, and where to actually start. So we're just going to jump into a quest. The more fights you have, the better. I'm just doing this one because it's 4 times XP and it gives the best rank. I would suggest first and foremost start with the team you use the most. One, sweet, that's good enough for me. So the idea of this is every fight that you have, you get a chance to level up a link. So launch, beating launch could level up a link. Let's say it's physical Vegito blue, powers bestowed by God. That would level up if I got the 6, if I could, and beating her. So that's how it works. Every stage, every boss has a chance. Every boss is given an opportunity to level up a certain link. You just have to be able to get them. This is why everyone is using Quest on JP, because you get more boss fights, which means that you're more likely to be leveling up links. A lot of people have been using the red stage, and that's good for lower level links from what I've seen, but the higher you get, because it doesn't have as much stamina, you're less likely to level up. The absolute best stage is the B-Pan event, but the B-Pan event comes once a week, so it's not necessarily the most helpful. So that's how to level them up. It's RNG. You go into an event, you do events, you use stamina, you get potentially links to level up. Now we're going to talk about what units to go for first. First and foremost, I would recommend going for units you use. If you love the Realm of Gods, level them up. If you love the Patara, do them, Sibling Bonds, etc., etc. But I would, once you've done these ones, I would recommend going for units that you're going to be likely to use in multiple events. So, like Super Vegito is going to be useful for Last Resort, Super Saiyan, Patara, and Super AGL Extreme Super Battle Road. He's definitely one to look at. Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku, he is on 6 categories, and of these 6, 4 of them have Super Battle Roads. Also, don't forget that you can also do these for longer events. So Gohan is another unit that you can work on, so that'll be good as well, be able to do longer events. But the units for AGL, Super AGL, that I'll be looking at doing would be Super Vegito, probably Kale and Caulifla, as Ally Kale and Caulifla myself, depends on if you've got them. Super Saiyan for Vegeta, Blue Evolution Vegeta, Bardock, Caulifla, Super Buu, and not that Mai, but the End Mai. Trunks and Mai would be a good option. Basically, if a unit has multiple Super Battle Roads, multiple uses, I would recommend them, because if you focus on these units, you can potentially get yourself an extra 50 stones. An extra 50 stones is an extra summon, which would be really good. Making sure that you summon on 350 million download banners, because Kefla is good. Kefla's banner is good, but it's not going to be as good as 350 million downloads, which will have at least 1 LR on the banner and 3 multis, you get 1 free. So let's talk about Extreme. So the first 2 units that jump out to me are AGL Rose and AGL EZA Golden Frieza. Basically, these 2 are tanks. They're good in multiple Super Battle Roads and good in multiple areas. After that, if you have LR Baby, do level up his links. I would AGL Zamasu's not too bad, but like a lot of these are quite hard to get because some of these don't come back often. I would 100% recommend doing the AGL Discooler. He is good for movie bosses, transformation boost, wicked bloodline, and he will also be good for all of those. Sorry, not all of those. He'll be also good for the Prime Battle EZA. So, yeah, the thing that you want to do is look at what units you use the most and you like. Go for units that are going to help you out in lots of areas. So, after this, we can look at tech. So, I'm probably going to be focusing on LR Broly. I should reverse him, but I'll do that at some point. Tech Golden Frieza, because remember, you can also bring him into Extreme Tech, Extreme Super Battle Road. That's a bit of a tongue twister, but I would, yeah. Just looking at these, I don't think there's as much here. I'd do merge the Masu. Probably Tech 13, just because he's for the Tech 13 and Lord Slug, just because they're for the Prime Battle EZA. Even though it's really easy, it still makes it a bit easier again. I'll do Buff Boo because he becomes an absolute machine. And I'll also do Raditz. So Raditz is on Low Class Warriors. He's on the Pure Saiyan and Goku's family Super Battle Roads as well as Extreme Tech. Don't forget, I believe if he's facing 2 enemies, he has a guaranteed chance to stun. So, stuns the attacked enemy and reduces damage by 50% when facing 2 or more enemies. That is extremely powerful, like insanely powerful. So I would definitely recommend doing him. So let's also have a look at the Super Tech. Now, you can focus on the Blue Fusions. They're good anyway, but they will automatically be a lot better. Pardon. But units that will be really helpful is this Vegeta. Remember, this is a Nuka, and a Nuka that can heal really well, that is on a bunch of categories. So, the Realm of Gods, Pure Saiyans, Vegeta's family, movie heroes are all categories that have Super Battle Roads, and he will be good on all of them. He'll also be good in he's also amazing at longer events. He's the part of the reason that I beat the movie heroes Legendary Goku event, just because he heals so much and he raises attack and defense. So you've also got the Super Saiyan Trunks, who is on the youth. So he is on Hybrid Saiyans, Majin Buu, movie heroes, Vegeta family, youth, and Super Saiyans. All of these will have categories very soon, and he'll also be very good on Kamehameha. Let's not forget, another thing to remember about Trunks is that if you have him with, if you have the Go Bros, his full passive activates where he gets the extra damage reduction and I think extra attack, but that will come at some point soon to global. And another unit is this Goku, so damage reduction against movie bosses, and he's on 4 categories. I'd say that the only one that you'll really need him on is movie heroes, potentially Goku's family. But these are all really good units. And I'd also recommend doing all of the Universe 6 girls, because they are the Peppy Girls category basically, and they are going to get their own Super Battle Road, and they're good for Universal Survival Saga. It will make it a lot easier for you. And yeah. Also, if you really want to see Prime Battle Goku at his absolute best, I'd say work on him as well, but you've got a lot of time for him. So let's look at Super Int now. I'm going to be focusing on Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. After the Link's update, he should be able to hit the 77 million on the first lot of the punching bags, and that's a lot of stones, that's a lot of Zenny, and that's a lot of orbs, all of which I think are definitely worth it. After that, you can do Rage Trunks. He's on quite a few categories. I believe he's on at least 4 that have Super Battle Roads. Yeah, 5. So he's extremely important. He's got 5 categories, which he'll link reasonably well, depending on who you've got. But that's a really good unit. Use Goku. He's the leader. You'd want him to be at his absolute best as well. Another unit I would recommend from here is the Int Hercule. He is a really good defensive option. He is on Majin Buu Saga and Final Trump. Last Resort. I'm sorry, I can't call it that. But he is definitely worth doing links for. Maybe not unless you know. LR Hercule is just LR Hercule, so maybe not. Only really link that you really want to work on is Fierce Battle, but that's luck. One of the bigger ones that I would do is probably this. So Cold Judgment, Solid Support, Dismal Future, and Fierce Battles are all links that she's going to have huge help for her in the Future Saga and Time Travelers Super Battle Roads. So that's another unit to look at. Anyone else? I would say, and Goten. Sorry, I'm rambling on a bit, just working this out as I go. But this Goten is the best friend of the Tech Super Saiyan Trunks. They have the exact same effects, so they're really solid together. Yeah, that about sums it up for there. As you've noticed, I have got the super attack for UI Goku farmed up. But yeah. So here, there's so many units I'd say to work on. I'd say you should work on the Metal Callers, the Boos. Janemba's an unfortunate one, who I do need to reverse, but I'm just working on slowly fixing his hidden potential. LR Cell. So this is something that I've missed from earlier. I would recommend doing all LR cells. They are all really good. All cells in general. They become really good with each other, and that's something huge. I would say this Final Form Frieza, as he's the only one, he'll get an easy A and he becomes very helpful. He's good in a lot of areas, and I believe he helps the target Goku or Revenge category. So he's basically good on all of his categories, so that is definitely something to think about. Rest of them, wouldn't really worry about. STR. So there is a bunch of units here that I would say that you should work on. So sorry, this is a lot of work, but I'd say that some of these, it depends on your playstyle, but I would say Super Saiyan, Majin Vegeta, Omega Shenron, Rose, LR Broly, Goku Zamasu. So this is going to be dependent if you do and grind a world tournament, but this Boo, he's an AoE, he's got reasonable links, so that would be a huge thing as well. All of the androids. So this one I would say is reasonable. Actually, he gets pretty good because of all of the links upgrade. As long as you have them with the physical 14 and 15. Besides that, I wouldn't really bother too much with Extreme STR, but that's still a bit to work on. No, that's not what I wanted. Super STR, Basically, I'd focus on Vegeta family and Goku family. A unit that I'll be interested in seeing is the LR Vegeta Blue, because he links well and I want to see how much he improves. And don't forget about this guy. With the links, he should be back to being one of the harder hitters. I'm surprised no one's actually done anything with him, but that's cool as well. Don't forget, God Topo has an EZA and becomes a beast, so he also becomes even more of a monster. And if you have the STRKL, I'd recommend doing her. The rest of the units are meh. Oh, God Vegeta's good, but I'd say that there are better options for Vegeta family and Realm of God Super Battle Road. Well, that was dumb. And physical. So for physical, I would recommend doing Gotenks, Ally Trunks, physical support Trunks. I would also recommend doing these guys. I'd say that I believe Great Saiyaman 1 and 2 should link pretty well with the new Great Saiyaman 1 Exchange 2 that's currently on JP. Kale, I would recommend doing Universe 6. Kefla is a great linking partner for the TUR Kefla that's about to come out. God Goku, same reason as the Tech Vegeta. So yeah, a lot of these units are really, really beneficial. As you can see, I've got too much Zenny, but that's another video, I guess. And don't underestimate these Vegeta, the Super Saiyan 3s. This Vegeta's actually pretty good. And finally, extreme physical units I would recommend is, if you do and you grind World Tournament, do the Super Broly. After that, I would say Frieza family. I'm also going to be doing physical Goku Black. He should be an absolute monster on Global, like a lot better than he is on JP, just because of the stats and that key. It's going to be a huge difference. The Shadow Dragons, and once again, don't forget to do, I'd say, every single Boo in the game, because they all become so much better. But that's pretty much it for this video. Sorry about all the random swaps and stuff, and it being very cussy and nonsensical, but to summarize this video, basically, if you want to get the most fun out of the links, do units that you enjoy using. After that, I would recommend doing units that you're going to use or you can see yourself using in Super Battle Road, if that's something that you want to do, or Legendary Goku event. Once again, the units that you use will grow. I would say that if you're going to do either, I would focus on extreme units, since Big Bad Bosses is such a huge link, as it does not have a HP restriction at level 10. After that, do whatever unit you want to see, how good they are, and just have a play around with that. But don't forget, the punching bag is also possible once this link update goes to global, and that's a lot of free stones that a lot of people won't have unless you've modded or you've basically won the Lotto in Dokkan. But that's it for this video. I hope to see you around the next one. Let me know what units you're going to be focusing on first, whether it's going to be a team that you like or a team that holds a lot of nostalgia for you. Anyway guys, ka kite, have a good one.